Well, hey everybody, it's July 22nd, 2014. I'm Wes Hagen. I'm the vineyard manager and winemaker here at Clopepi Vineyards, Clopepi Estate Wines, and welcome to the Tuesday Wine Blog. Last week we were just finishing up a big party for the Wine Bloggers Conference, and I was in no shape on Monday to do a video. And yesterday I had a very long weekend, so I decided to do this on Tuesday. Today we have sort of a shortened discussion. I want to talk a little bit about drinking. I want to talk about, is drinking actually healthy? Does drinking actually help us live longer? A quick little riff on the Mediterranean diet, and then I'm going to tell you how to throw a really fun party with a breathalyzer. So where we're going to start today is the health benefits of wine. And the health benefits of wine are really increased by your diet. I think in general, most of the literature says that women drinking 1 to 2 glasses of wine and men drinking about 2 glasses of wine per day, specifically red wine, is the best way to get the health benefit of moderate alcohol consumption. Now, I had a great conversation with a liver expert at the University of Ohio, and he and I agreed, regardless of what you look at or what studies you read, there's one truth to the consumption of wine, and that is that red wine is the greatest and healthiest way to put ethanol into our bloodstream and into our body. Generally, you can look up all the health benefits of wine on the internet, but there's a lot of peer-reviewed and double-blind studies that show moderate consumption of wine can lead to 3 to 5 years extension on the human lifespan. It can cut cancer rates, it can cut dementia. There's just so many things that it can do. Obviously, if you're a woman, you have breast cancer risk. You don't want to go over 1 glass a day. And if you're a man and you have, risk of, or you have a propensity for addiction, you don't want to be drinking more than, a glass or 2 of red wine a day. But using that amount of wine really does seem to be not only reduce stress, but also reduces a lot of things that can go wrong with the human body. The best way, I think, to use red wine responsibly is to saddle it to the Mediterranean diet. So that means very minimal amounts of dairy products, using olive oil as a fat, eating a lot of vegetables that are very colorful, and eating high oil fish generally at least twice a week. So we're eating a lot of fish, a lot of ancient grains, everything from from quinoa to whatever you can imagine. That's not you're not just eating tons of carbs and red meat. So the Mediterranean diet and wine, I think, is a great way of looking at a way of extending our lifespan and also eating wonderful and delicious food. So one thing that I'll say as far as what I've learned as an alcohol professional and someone who enjoys to drink a little red wine every day is to make sure that you're hydrated when you drink. I always tell people 2 glasses of water for every glass of wine, and you'll never be hungover and you'll never be that guy. So, in the ancient world, they used to mix wine and water. We don't really do that anymore, but there was a reason that they did it, and that's to stay hydrated and to stay healthy. Back then, they also did it to actually make the water drinkable, as wine will actually sterilize water that has bacteria in it. I also promised that I would talk a little bit today about throwing a breathalyzer party, and this is kind of one of my favorite things to do, to teach yourself responsible use of alcohol. If we decide to drink and we decide to be people that are going to use alcohol daily in our lives, we also have to take the responsibility that there are certain things that are dangerous under the influence of alcohol, and we really, really need to know our limits to make sure that we don't drive and hurt anybody. I make wine for a living, and if I ever thought that my wine was consumed by someone who got on the road and hurt somebody or killed somebody or took a kid out or something, that would just break my heart. So I think we really need to double down on the responsibility moving forward to show the world that drinkers can be responsible, and we can be responsible enough to drink a glass of wine at dinner and make sure enough time has passed by the time we get behind the wheel that we are at a reasonable level of care, and we still have our wits about us so we can drive safely home and make sure all the people around us are safe as well. So, breathalyzer. So what you want to do is buy yourself a breathalyzer. You can get a pretty good one. This is kind of an old one. I don't think they make it anymore, but 60, 70 bucks on eBay or something. You can buy a pretty good, this one's called an Alcohawk. It's about accurate to about 0.01. Now remember, 0.10% blood alcohol concentration is legally drunk just about everywhere. 0.08 is generally a DUI in most states, and California is actually considering taking it down to a 0.06. I haven't decided how I feel about that, but regardless, I think it's really important to teach yourself when you go out, when you're at home, when you're wherever you are, what level of blood alcohol level are you? So here's what I like to do. So have a couple people over, 4 to 6 people, whatever, as many people as you want. Make sure everyone's staying there. Take everyone's keys away, put it in a drawer, lock it up so no one can drive away. And then this is what you do. You sit down. I used basically a bottle of liquor. I used a bottle of silver tequila or vodka. And what we do is we take a shot, we wait 20 minutes, drink a glass of water, and then breathalyze. See what our blood alcohol level is. And then we basically take a shot, wait 20 minutes, drink some water, breathalyze. And then we take a shot, wait 20 minutes, have some water, and then breathalyze. And you can do this as often as you want and as many times as you want. I don't recommend going over, a 0.10, but do it slowly and methodically enough, and you will learn what your blood alcohol level is and how it feels to be 0.02, how it feels to be 0.04, how it feels to be 0.06, how it feels to be 0.08. That's really the most important area, sort of between 0.02 and 0.08, because that's sort of the question. Should I be driving? Should I not be driving? And what I do, and I think this is a real responsible thing to do for anyone like myself who's in the alcohol business, who's around alcohol most of my professional career, stop and think and breathalyze. I keep this in my car, and I know, just as I'm drinking, that I can drink about 1 drink an hour and then still drive. And what I do is when I breathalyze, first of all, I have a sense of where I am because I've practiced with it so much. But my cutoff level for driving for me is 0.04. So if I blow a 0.05, I wait. I may just sit in my car, listen to tunes for 20 minutes, breathalyze, and when I get down to a 0.04, I can drive. But if I don't have my breathalyzer, I still have that memory of practicing to see where I am in that level of breathalyzing. So get yourself a breathalyzer and remember to wait 20 minutes between drinks and have a glass of water so you don't get a fake positive. Teach yourself where your levels of intoxication are. And obviously, you don't want to mix alcohol and drugs while you do this. It's very important that you're just drinking and drinking alone, so you really can kind of figure out what's going on in your own head and how to really realize where you are in the continuum of your blood alcohol level, so you can drive safe, don't hurt anybody, never get a DUI, and use a tool and use science to help you understand where your levels of intoxication are. So to sum up, drink lots of water when you drink, 1 to 2 drinks a day for women, 2 drinks a day for men. Generally, red wine's the best way to go. Mediterranean diet, and teach yourself with a breathalyzer exactly what alcohol feels like so you never get a DUI and you never hurt anybody on the road. That's about all I have to say today. We're putting nets up in the vineyard. We got about 80% veraison, so we're dropping a little green fruit on the ground. We'll probably be picking fruit for sparkling wine here between maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and within about a month, we'll probably be into harvest. So we're getting fired up, getting the fermenters clean, ordering yeast, getting ready for an early harvest here in the Santa Rita Hills, Santa Barbara County, California. Have a great week, guys. Talk to you next week.